Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the Rubik's Cube using what's known as the ideal solution. Now when I say ideal, I don't mean that this is the fastest way or the best way or the most optimum way or the most efficient way or anything like that. The Ideal Toy Company introduced the Rubik's Cube to the United States back in the 1980s, and shortly thereafter they published this small pamphlet. It's about the size of a magazine and it's really only 8 pages long, and it's called the Ideal Solution, and it's their method for solving the Rubik's Cube. Unfortunately, it is the slowest solution for solving the cube, so you're not going to break any speed cubing world records with the Ideal Solution. And the reason why is because you're solving each piece individually, one at a time. Okay? Speed cubers will solve 2, 3, or more cubes with one algorithm. That doesn't happen with the Ideal Solution. You're dealing with each piece individually, one at a time. So the reason why I like the Ideal Solution is because it's a very instructional method. It's good for beginners. It uses a lot of simple logic and deductive reasoning to solve the cube. And it shows you things about the cube that a lot of beginners aren't able to figure out on their own. And if I had the Ideal Solution when the Rubik's Cube first came out when I was a kid, I probably would have had a lot more fun with it. So you're going to learn some stuff from the Ideal Solution, especially if you've never cubed before. Okay? It is the easiest method for solving the cube, and I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that say this is the easiest way to solve the cube, blah, blah, blah. Okay? The Ideal Solution, it actually is the easiest. Okay? It's only 5 algorithms. That's it. 5 algorithms. Okay? And there's a couple of key concepts that you need to know, and that's it. So if you're frustrated with YouTube videos where they tell you to make a cross and fill in the corner pieces and you think there's just too many algorithms and too much to memorize and they do a lousy job of explaining it, you're going to love the Ideal Solution. Okay, I'm going to explain everything very clearly and concisely, and if you want to get started, you can grab your cube and solve it right along with me. You should be able to do that. What we're going to do first is you're going to pick one side, okay, and I'm going to pick the white side, and you're just going to find the white corner pieces and just stick them up on top of the cube, okay, in any particular order, alright, like this one right here, just rotate it up and stick it into place, okay, and you should be able to do this on your own. I mean, if you're a real beginner, this might be kind of hard for you, but, you know, you're just taking these corner pieces and just sticking them up there, okay, like that one, put that up there, and this one here, and stick it up there, okay? So you should be able to get this far. I mean, if you're unable to do this, you need to like pause the video right now until you're here. Okay, you got to get this far. All right? Now, once you get this far, there's going to be 2 possible outcomes, okay? And one outcome is where when we look at the top layer from the side, you can see that the corner pieces don't match on all 4 sides. Like this is green and blue, this is orange and red, blue and green, and orange and red, okay? Now, this is a more uncommon outcome here, alright? Usually, you got one side where there's 2 colors that are the same, okay? And then what you're going to do is if you have 2 colors that are the same, you're going to switch the 2 corner pieces on the other side, alright? Now, in this particular instance where none of the side pieces or none of the corner pieces are the same color, I'm just going to pick any 2 corner pieces I want and I'm going to switch them, okay? So if you have the situation where you have 2 corner pieces that are the same color, alright, just switch the 2 on the other side using the algorithm that I'm about to show you, okay? So I'm going to switch these 2 right here. It's really easy. What you do is you take this corner piece and you put it right here, okay? So you go down, and then move it over there, and then move that side back up, okay? Then do it again over here. You're going to go down and move this over here, and then move it back up, okay? Then do it one more time, down, over, and up, okay? So now when we look at the top layer of the cube, we can see that we have one side where the 2 corner pieces are the same color, and then the other 3 sides are mismatched. We have red and green, orange and red, and orange and green, okay? So when you got this situation, where 2 corner pieces are the same, you need to switch the 2 on the other side. That's the only possible outcome, okay? There's 4 corner pieces on the top of the cube. 2 of them are correct, 2 of them are incorrect, so they got to be switched. You can't switch any other cube with any other one. It's got to be these 2 that are switched. So you just do that same algorithm again. Down, over, and up, down, over, and up, down, over, and up. Okay, and that put all your corner pieces on the top layer in the right position. Okay? So now the next step is just to fill in these side pieces here, okay? And this is where a lot of that, a little bit of that simple logic comes into play, all right? This side's going to be white when it's solved, and this side's going to be red when it's solved, okay? So the white and red piece goes here. You can't just take any white piece and stick it up there. It has to be the white and red one, okay? So you got to find your white and red piece, and it's either on the top layer, or in the middle layer, or on the bottom layer somewhere. All right, and in this case, it's in the middle layer. So what you do is you orientate the cube so that the space where you want it to go is over here on the right side. And then you're going to rotate your middle layer until that white and red piece, or the piece you want to solve, is stashed over here, okay? And you need to know this perspective, okay? This is where it's stashed, this is where it's going. Know this perspective with the ideal solution. You're going to be using this a lot to solve all the side pieces on the top and all the side pieces on the bottom, okay? It's going here and it's stashed there, alright? So what you're going to do now is you're going to take this piece where you want it to go and you're going to move it down, alright, and just stick it into place, alright? Now notice here it's backwards, and a lot of time it's going to be backwards. Sometimes it's going to go incorrectly. If it's backwards, you just need to put it back in the stash spot over here, and then take this and move it to the other side over here, okay? Like that. Now it's over here. So now you can take this piece and you can put it in there, and it'll accept it, okay? And rotate it and stick it back up, all right? Then you go on to the next piece. Well, this side's going to be orange, this is going to be orange, and this side's going to be white. So the white and orange piece goes here. Well, we need to find the white and orange piece. And in this case, it's on the bottom. Okay, good. So now what you do is you take that white-orange piece and you rotate it until it's directly underneath where you want it to go, okay? So here's where you want it to go, and this is where it's stashed, okay? Once you have it like this, you just rotate that face and then stick it into place, okay? Now notice here it's backwards again, so you do exactly what you did earlier. You put it in the stash spot, and then take this and put it on the other side, okay? And it'll go in that way, all right? And just move it up. Now go on to the next one. White and blue. This side's going to be white, this side's going to be blue. You got to find the white and blue piece. Now it's on the bottom. So what do? You rotate it until it's underneath where you want it to go. Here's where you want it to go, and you got it stashed right there. So then you just rotate that side and stick it in. Notice it's backwards again. Put it over here in the stash spot, and then take this, put it on the other side, and over there, and rotate it and stick it in. Okay? Now we're going to do the last piece. That's the white-green piece, and notice it's already in position. Okay? So what you do is you take it and put it in the stash spot. Okay? Right over here. Then you take this and put it on the other side, right over there, and then just rotate it and stick it into place. All right? And then move it up. So now you can take your centerpiece and put it in the correct spot. And as you can see now, the top layer is solved. Alright? So this is a really, really easy way of solving the top layer. You don't have to make a cross, you don't have to flip it over and do the F2L, beginner method, or anything like that to solve that. It's really easy. Just put your corner pieces on top, switch the 2 that are wrong, and then fill in the side pieces using your stash spot. Alright? If you thought that was easy and you liked this video, click over to my second video. It's called Solving the Rubik's Cube Ideal Solution 2. And I'll show you how to solve the bottom layer.